All right, everyone. Welcome to A Nightmare on Fear Street.
Hello. We joined our friends virtually at Renegade Film Fest last week and saw a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, so we decided we'd do something a little different this time because here on Fear Street, we typically don't really talk about a lot of short films. So we're going to really focus on the short films that Sharai and I watched and loved. So
Yeah, we both watched a bunch of stuff because it was just like it was a smash and grab. We were living our best lives. We're going to a catalog like the Tomb Raider, and so we have a small sampling of what is a much larger thing. So you should keep your eye out for all of them, really, not just the ones we're focusing on today, but all of them because shorts need love too.
yes. Check them out because, yeah, like I said, it was kind of crazy that we don't really ever do any shorts. So hopefully this is the first of many that you'll get fiercely on Fear Street.
Listen. I love a short. But yeah, support this festival because Renegade Film Fest does a lot of cool stuff and they're good people. We had them on a Thursday, which is how we knew to hit them up about their festival because we are nothing if not guests. We are the best guests.
Yes. All right. Well, let's get into it. Sharai, what's your first short that you want to talk about?
So, like, one of the ones that I was really excited by, it's just super simple premise, but like it's Dead Air and it's written and directed by Lanese Love. If I'm mispronouncing that first name, I apologize. But like, first off, I just love seeing Black people in sci-fi. We never get enough of it, and for a short to just give me that out of nowhere, I'm like, yes. I also thought it was cool because there was no dialogue, but there was a little bit of tension with the static and this what is happening, what do we think is happening. I have so many theories, and I want to watch it again and again and again. So I'm going to do that until you take it away from me.
That's interesting. Yeah, Lanese, let us know what if Sharay's theories are correct, so she can sleep at night. That's interesting. With no dialogue, that's such a cool. Yeah. That's why I love shorts because they can explore those kind. Because like, would I want to watch an hour and a half movie with no dialogue? I don't know, probably not. But
we did it for A Quiet Place.
There was some dialogue in that show. Sure.
Dr. Krasinski knows what he did. He could find me outside.
Fair. But that's why, it's really fun for shorts to be able to explore those kind of like, let's just fuck it, see what happens,
Yeah. No, they get to go there, like Degrassi.
I know. And I also love the alliteration in their name. It's Lanese Love.
Listen,
she should be on the radio.
So cool.
Or they should be on the radio. So my first one I want to talk about, I don't even know if I can pronounce the name correctly. I'm very sorry if I mispronounce this, but Lethalogica. It was written and directed by Haley Leary and Luke Tanner. Yeah, it's a little over 5 minutes. I am not quite sure what I watched. I mean, it is very simple, and I do appreciate it in its simplicity. And the gore was really fun, and it was a good time. It wasn't really, I did not like it. I was just at the end. I was like, huh, okay.
I'm gonna jump on that one right now.
Yeah, there's some cannibalism. There's some torture. It's, all in 5 minutes. What can you do?
I'm not going to lie to you. I love a short film with cannibalism because that's when we can isolate it and it's not a whole drawn out thing. They are like, we got 5 minutes, $20. Bite him.
Bite him. Well, I don't want to give anything away. But yes, check it out. I'm curious what other people think of it because it was interesting. Yeah.
It's the way you say it, though. I feel like that's part of the story. I want a sidebar. Can I approach the bench, Your Honor?
I will let you know off recording because I don't want to because there's a pretty. I mean, it's not a huge twist, but like there's a funny line that I don't want to give away if anyone's going to go check them out after this. So yeah, but I'll tell you when we're done recording if you want me to.
That is fair. I'm gonna watch it because we still got access. And so, like, why not keep playing with it? Also, y'all should let us know if you want to hear more of these because we have access So why couldn't we? Shouldn't we? I don't know.
Boom.
But anywho's, another one I enjoyed was Creature. It's stylized in a weird way, so I don't know what they wanted from it. But it was written and directed by Zane Rubin with an I, which we don't see a lot on this street. This is a funny time, but you don't see it being funny because it comes on and it's like super stressful. And this man tells a story of a toilet situation when a creature like sucks a person through the toilet, and you're like, oh, that's gross, but also I'm laughing. And then it just keeps building, and people are getting snatched, and then she's just kind of like, this is it. And it's just so funny. It's so funny. Like for all of the buildup up top, there's so much laughter at the other end of it. Like that is not a good analogy. I'm a writer, in case you can't tell. That's words are hard to get.
Right.
But another thing I love about this one is that it literally said on the credits, based on a complaint by Chris Leviatus. And it made me go back in and rewatch it because I'm just like, I know exactly what the complaint was. And also, this makes it fun.
We all know a Chris.
Right? I'm going to start facing work on complaints because we get so many.
Girl. Yes. Just go through our iTunes reviews.
Listen. Nightmare on Woke Street.
Oh, that's what I went to first, but I wasn't going to say it. But yes, Nightmare on Woke Street. Sorry, we're awake. If you want me to sleep, that'd be a weird podcast. Anyway.
Listen, if I had $1 for every time woke me and there was a Black person involved, I would be rich.
Truly. So the next one I want to talk about is called, the title is How to Dance with Monsters. It's a student film from Florida, written and directed by Megan Baer. It was really cool, interesting comment on abuse, trauma, and healing from that in your past. I don't know how successful it was at every moment in the short film, but overall, I would say it was effective. There is some choreography in it, which is interesting. Dealing with past trauma with family, parents, you know how that goes. We all know how that goes, right? And abuse in that way. So there is some trigger warnings for some people in this one, but overall, I enjoyed it. It was a really interesting, fun, contemporary dance oriented way to talk about that. And you know how I love to dance. I love dance.
You're a dancer for money.
I'm a dancer. A dancer dances.
A lot of the dance.
If you know that quote, you're my best friend now.
Listen. I kind of like when people do add like other kind of elements into a short, because to me that signals that you either A, have an appreciation for this art form, or B, you are casting people and you know that they have skills, and so you want to utilize that, which is smart, because like it's so easy to be like, who can do what? Let's incorporate that, and that way we have it and we can use it and it's in our pocket. As opposed to being like, well, we need somebody to dance and we already cast you. So like, let's waste time learning how to do this and that and hope you don't get broken up while you're learning.
Right. Yeah. And it's always interesting to me to see two worlds collide and see what kind of happens when that does, what kind of storytelling can that take. And it usually, in this one, it kind of abstracts it and makes it very universal. And give some closure to a story that I don't know that necessarily there is in the real world. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
Snap, crackles, and pops.
Yes, Megan Baer, it was very creative. I will say that. Very, very incredibly creative. And I'm curious. I need to go back and look at the credits and see if she also choreographed or if she had a choreographer come in. I don't know.
Ooh. Part of me hopes that like the actor was just like, I can do this. Because again, I love to see it. Especially if we can pay those people that extra if they do the extra work. But also it's a short, and so like I don't know what the situation was.
Yeah, it's also a student film, so.
Oh, so yeah, they were definitely just like, you can do what? Do that for the camera.
We've all been there.
Listen. I'm surprised every year that I'm not in the back of somebody's student film from when we were students drinking the fill out our house party.
Yes.
It's gonna happen one day. I'll be like, oh no, that's me. Why was my hair burgundy? What was I going through?
They caught me.
Not the solo cup. Another short I had fun with was Numinous, which was directed by Laura Kulik. I believe I'm saying it close-ish. If not, let me know. I did not have a whole lot of expectations for it because the way it was set up, I'm like, oh, we've been here before. But like the jump scares were fun. Like they were fun. That's all you can ask for, especially when you're playing with. So this woman is pregnant and she's apparently being haunted by her mother-in-law, who I don't know if this is a manifestation of her head, if the mother-in-law is really dead and she's haunting her. I don't know. But like she's coming at her from like random places. And each time it happened, I was like, oh. I wasn't afraid, but I was like, oh, I wouldn't want her there either. Good for you. I see you.
Yeah. Mother-in-law. That's always interesting. And typically when we see those like the mother, a new mother pregnant and is haunted by a mother figure, it's usually her mother, right? Because that's kind of like the cycle. So that kind of puts a twist on that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it was fun. I would recommend it, especially if you're just casually strolling through shorts on a Sunday or Saturday. And you're just like, yeah, what's it like? What's it feel like? Who this?
I'm down for that. I like it. Yeah, so my next one is called Skin and Bones. I couldn't find a writer or director in the credits. So it was produced by Devin Ekker. Probably also had something to do with the writing and directing. So there you go. This is a really important conversation to be had in society as a whole, not just in the horror community. But there is a little bit of trigger warnings here because it does deal with body image, weight loss, as skin and bones kind of pertains to. It was a little too gross for me. Some cannibalism happens in this one as well.
You found so much cannibalism.
I did.
What was your list like? Like literally.
Also, I feel like this movie or this short needed a little bit of trimming. There was a little extra things that I didn't necessarily feel like I needed, but yeah, because some of the characters didn't really fit in the same style as some of the other characters for me. But like I said, a really important conversation is happening with this film, so I think that's really important. Dealing with body image for women or femme people, and then media, how the media affects us, and like weight loss commercials and pills you can take to lose weight. So.
Literally, it's overwhelming. I will be playing like a little game on my phone because I procrastinate. And the ad you have to watch to get to the next thing or whatever is always like, oh my God, I'm so tired of being fat. Weight loss pills. And I'm just like, who's doing this?
Right.
Why?
Who made this choice?
It's better to do these like mediocre games, but also you're telling me I'm fat now? No, please. Like,
right. And
not for Wordle.
Right. And even as a man, I see that all the time too with like, of course, on my ad, my targeted ads, since I'm gay, it's all underwear ads. And I'm like, none of these men look like men that I know. None of them. They all look like Adonises or super thin and toned or like big and bulky and like ripped. And I'm like, okay, I mean, yeah, granted, I do know some people who are like that, but not the majority.
It's shameful, but also I need to change my settings so I start getting your ads.
I mean, I'm not complaining most of the time, but I'm like...
Well, we need to compare our demographics real quick. I'm going to just... Because I could use some of those. I can't use what they're giving me though.
Yeah, I don't want the diet pills though. You can they can just go away. None of us need those.
Get rid of those. Just show me the ripped man, and I'll pretend I can't read, and it's fine. Like it's great.
Yes, agreed.
So I'm probably mispronouncing this title, just because I literally don't know how to say it. And she's from Missouri, y'all. It's bound to happen a few times every video. I'm gonna settle on Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes?
It is not Equus, I know that, but I don't know much else. But written and directed by Lola Rui. I can't say any of the words, but I liked it. I'm sorry. I am really trying. Like it's that kind of humor that is just so deadpan and on the nose, where I chuckled, I know that most of my friend circles will be cackling. And so that's why it's here, because while I'm like, people will be falling out talking about it for days if they get their hands on it. Because you have this man who's narrating, and he's saying the most ridiculous things, as narrators are wont to do. Because you're like, why are we putting numbers on people's foreheads? Why are we blowing this up? Who's the little girl crying? And he's just like, da-da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, that makes no sense. And he's like, and more nonsense. And I'm like, no! It was just done in a way that was so overblown. It reminded me of like those 90s sci-fi movies we grew up with, like the Judge Dredd's.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's great. That sounds like an interesting, I mean, we all love some dark humor, you know? Sometimes you just need some darkness that's funny. You know?
It was, I cackled. I did. I didn't cackle as hard as everybody else will, but I was like, damn it, I laughed. Fine. On my list to go. Because we know I don't love a horror comedy usually. I'm very spoiled, and that I found some I like recently. This is new for me. I'm growing as a person.
And you look so happy about it. I'm growing as a person.
Oh. I wanted to laugh.
Oh, too good. So my next one, you would not like, Sharai, I don't think. It's called Meat Friend. Actually, you might. It's very South Park type of humor, if you're into that kind of like biting, dark humor. It's written by Izzy Lee and Steve Johanson.
Oh.
And while, again, I'm not big into the big like South Park kind of raunchy, dark humor, it's not for me. But I get it. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who would like this. Like, I know I could send this to like 10 friends right now off the top of my head and be like, you'll like this, you'll like this, you'll like this, and you'll like this. Because it was funny. And I knew the jokes were landing. It just wasn't my like cup of tea, if you will.
Oh, was it not?
No. But yeah, I mean, the plot is, this doesn't give anything away, but the plot is this little girl wants to make a hamburger for lunch. And her mom's like, okay, whatever, you just do your own thing. And she puts it in the microwave. And like out of this microwave comes like this creature that is Meat Friend. And it's literally like beef that's got a mouth and eyeballs. And he taught, like his first lesson to her is like how to make a shiv.
Okay, I might watch it because I don't want to envision a world in which raw meat goes into the microwave and comes out with a face. I didn't want that, but the shiv. Okay, I'll try it. I'll try it.
I mean, I think you would like it. Actually, now that I come to think of it, yeah, it's dark enough that I think you would think it was hysterical. It's
I love it.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea, but I appreciate it, and I think that I do think that the creature like creation looked really cool.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm always surprised when we get a really cool creature because again, we know that they don't always give shorts the most amount of money.
Right.
Which is another reason why I'm always rooting for them because that's where
Right.
a lot of the like brown people and the women are directing with no money.
Right. And I will say it was also, again, like there's a creature there and it's kind of like a puppet type thing. And so it was giving me like Sesame Street horror.
Listen, Elmo has done the good press. We can have a Sesame Street horror movie now about him going after that Rocco, and I would pay good money to see them throw down.
With Meat Friend right there with him.
Ooh, can you imagine Elmo overcomes the Rock? He's like, yeah, Rock, I kicked your ass. And then Meat Friend steps out. And Elmo's like, damn it, Zoe.
Oh, God. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take it back. I think if I watched Meat Friend with other people, I would like it better.
There's a lot of movies that way, because there's sometimes it's like, I don't get this. And then like when I'm with other people back in the olden days, so we could do that and we all together.
Right.
Or a movie together.
Right. Because, like, the Shiv, when I first watched it, I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of silly. But then when I said it to you, I was like, okay, no, that's funny. Like, I get it now. I don't know. So maybe I need to watch it again with, like, a group of people that I know will like it.
Hopefully next year we go to Renegade in person. Because, like, it's in Atlanta. Yes. I would love to bother Miss Jamie and also see some movies.
Yes.
We'll see what happens. Because, like, Omarion and them are dancing backwards now. So maybe.
Girl, you better knock on some wood.
I ain't got nothing around me. Again, it's a pandemic. Another. Oh no! I just killed Trent. I just killed Trent. This is our first video of the year, y'all. We're gonna go after this. Another short that I was really surprised with is Cottonmouth. I don't read descriptions, as we know. So when I hit play on this and Heather Langenkamp, aka Nancy from Elm Street, jumped up, aka Nancy with the curly hair, aka Nancy, she survived enough episodes and then came back as herself, was our main person. Like, this one is very isolated. It was directed by Zach Wincik and written by Danny Salemme. I'm probably saying all those last names wrong, including Heather's, but you know what? I care. But it was fucking creepy. And like the monster gave me the shivers because like it's so simple but so creepy, and I don't want to give anything away. Even the part of the monster that specifically gave me so much joy but was also very creepy in the way it was handled. But yeah, watch it.
That sounds fun. My next one that I will talk about is, before I even say the title, I just want to tell you this was a psychedelic whirlwind of monsters and eating gross things. But the title is Kid Free Weekend, and it was written and directed by Rozalyn Mattocks. It was so fun, y'all. I at the very beginning, I was kind of skeptical, but then it kind of, as it goes on, I was like, oh, I'm here for this. Another one that had a really cool creature design. And I think it's because the ones that are successful with this, because they don't have a lot of budget, as we've already said, but they know how to utilize the little that they have to make it a bang.
Listen, I am here for all of this because, again, the shorts directors are like, we used to have a nothing. We're going to make the most.
Yes.
And they can do it because, like, when you can budget, you can do it on a shoestring, and you got to get creative, as we know from coming from theater.
Right. And I also love that, as I said, this is written and directed by a woman, and our only actor that we see on screen is a woman.
Yes. Give me more. Give me more. I love that you finished your last one that way, because my next one is called Love Me Tender. Written and directed by Juliette Blanche. And it came on strong with Femme masturbating in her cute little leotard. Like a little ballerina. And I was like, I don't know where this is going to go, but you know what? This is a conversation we need to have, because people just forget women can enjoy things.
What?
And right? Because like we're supposed to have the babies. We're not supposed to actually like enjoy it. That's why people are confused. Oh my God, how dare she enjoy sex? Weirdo.
Exactly.
But it gets weird because I don't know how old she's supposed to be, because it's a grown woman, obviously, but I don't know if she's playing a child or if she's being infantilized. And so, like, I watched it twice, and each take is disturbing. But I highly recommend it, especially because it just gets so dark. It gets so dark, y'all. However you interpret it, however it's supposed to be interpreted, it's dark.
Interesting. Okay, well, those were some fun things. And one thing I do want to say about shorts before we go any further is that one reason why everyone should go and watch more short films is, like I said, even one of mine was a student film. Some of these in this festival were student films. That's the filmmakers of the future. That's could be the next, big, huge hit filmmaker. And you saw the short that inspired them to get to where they are. So watch them. They're good. And you don't have to spend that much time. If you hated it, it's only 10 minutes.
Listen. I was living. I think that this is definitely one of those times where I was really happy we decided to focus on shorts because we always see them, but we never get to review them because it's hard to do a review on a short the way we do it on most of our formats as podcasters because it ends up being longer than the short. You can't give things away. And
right.
So it's like taboo. And
yes.
So it's always fun to see what's happening because again, these are people who we don't get to see them get a bunch of money and just do some stuff at Marvel or get a bunch of money and do some stuff for Blumhouse or whoever because unfortunately they're just not funded, but that's a different rant I'm trying to not have today at this hour.
Right. All right. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out with us as we
I got more.
Oh, you have more?
I got more.
Okay, well, let's go. We got a couple more minutes. Let's do it.
Yeah, you was like, wrap it up. Okay, so
I have one more. What am I doing? Anyways, I'm sorry.
You was done. You was like, I want to go back to the drinking off camera.
Don't you put me like that. Don't you do me like that to the viewers out there.
From Fear Street to Front Street. What you trying to drink, Trent? What? So yes, I really, really liked Berserk, which was Marin Hart's film. It's very Black Mirror on a budget. I don't want to give anything away because I feel like that's already said too much. And if you are like me and you live for Black Mirror and you live for that sci-fi dark situation, this is for you. Miss Hart got you covered. Or I should say Marin. I don't know pronouns or anything like that because, again, you just get a name in a movie and you go. What?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So my last one is my final one. I like that I'm ending on this one. It's called The Foretelling, and it was written and directed by Thomas Hindy. It was okay. The concept and the twist, fairly predictable. Not gonna lie. I still was genuinely scared though, genuinely creeped out. The performance. I say my note says performances. There's one guy in this performance, and the writing are all well done. The creature concept is well done. It's a little hokey, but I'm not kidding. It's genuinely scary. The use of light and dark, what's in the shadows, what's behind the door. I recommend The Foretelling. I liked it a lot. That and Kid Free Weekend are probably my favorite two of the shorts that I saw.
Ooh, look at you having favorites. I don't even know where I would begin. I'm happy that you ended with that one because I'm ending mine with Bliss is Orange, directed by Jenna Cannell and written by Samantha Wizard. I probably butchered that as well. Y'all, I am from Missouri. Tell me when I'm wrong so I can start trying to learn. What? But it's a cute little sci-fi meet cute. So we're in the future. I assume it could also be today. I don't know how technology is working in this universe. And people have little chips in their wrists to let them know when they found the one. And so it's yellow for orange for it's good enough, and green is get it. And so this woman is at work talking to her friend who's dating a bunch of yellows because she's trying to find the one. And talking about a couple that matched green and nobody does that and how they're getting all this attention from the Pope and the White House and all this other shit. And this woman's mind her business when all of a sudden the customers walk in and she goes green because she already has a fiance who she's orange with. And you can tell she's not about it. She's like, oh, we're orange. It's hard to get orange, so I'm just going to do it. And then the green goes off and she's like, oh, shit. And I don't want to give anything else away because it could have taken the easy route and done the thing that we all predicted, but it did not. And I think that it should be celebrated, and you should definitely catch it if you can.
That sounds right up my alley. You know me.
It it was made for you, but I enjoyed it because we know how I feel about romance. I'm just like, throw it away. But I was like, this is cute. This is cute. I see you.
I like it. I like it. All right. Are we done now?
Yes. No more opinions.
All right. All right. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us on our Renegade Film Festival roundup. And yeah.
Let us know if you saw some of these or saw other ones, and let us know in the comments. Just drop in the comments. Be like, I saw this. Why don't you talk about this? Because there's a few that I left out because like I know the people who made the pay, and I did it in my Dread Central article, but I didn't get to watch it when I was zipping through this part of the list because I was trying to find stuff I've not seen and supported before. But there's so many shorts in this festival, y'all. So many, and all of them are kind of awesome and kind of badass.
Yeah, so be sure to keep an eye on the festival, the Renegade Film Festival. If you need me to say it again, repetition is important. Be sure to keep an eye on them in the future.
Follow those socials, support them, doing
good
the good
people,
work.
good times, good things.
Yes. As far as us, you can catch our next regular episode tomorrow. That's Monday. That's math. We're covering The Loved Ones with Mary Beth McAndrews, who is the editor-in-chief of Dread Central. So I call her editor-in-chief lady. And she is also the co-host of two podcasts, Scarred for Life and Watch Once, Never Again. So definitely get into that and follow her and all of her projects. She stays busy.
Yes. Also, if you missed our Drunken Faces live on your socials, make sure to catch us on our first Thirsty Thursday of 2022 this month, right here on March 31st at 6 p.m.
Listen.
That's all we have for you today. So, as always, make sure that you stay fierce out there.
Bye.